Hi everyone, my name is Julie. This is Keep Calm with Books and Coffee, and today I'm going to have a unhaul for you. This isn't a super large unhaul, but has been gathering for a while on my floor over here, so I want to get these posted on Pango and I want to get them out of my bedroom, so these are going to be posted when this video goes live, so if you're interested you can always check this out down below. I always have my Pango store listed there. Pango is a app where you can purchase books from other readers and it's pretty great. I have talked about it before on here. But yeah, I like to go through my TBR shelf. I work on my TBR project to see what I want to kind of cycle out, decide I have lost interest in, as well as going through my shelves occasionally to see what I don't want to reread and what I don't want to keep anymore. So I have a few things here. This is mostly substantial in page count, not necessarily number of books. So let's start with the one that makes me a little sad and most people are going to be the most upset about, and that's some Cassandra Clare books. I've decided to give up on the Dark Artifices series. I think this is what this is called. No, that's not the right collection of books. These are The Last Hours, which were the ones that I was considering reading until I heard a couple of my booktube friends finish this off and be less than impressed with it. And I just decided, you know what, I don't even want to start this. As much as I still love the Herondales. I didn't want to go back in time to see them be dramatic again. And I've also decided to give up on the Dark Artifices series, like I was saying. I read the first two in this series, and after a few years, I had just no memory and no desire to finish off this series, so I just gave up. So I can always jump back in somewhere if I'm really interested, but these just do not appeal to me anymore. I'm not reading a ton of YA anymore, and these are just so enormous for no reason. So I've just decided to let them go. So these will all be on Pango. Next up is a sort of new release that I DNF'd. This is Georgie All Along by Kate Claiborne. This was a indie book club pick for my local indie, and I bought it, tried it, and I DNF'd it after like 100 pages. I just really didn't get along with this book, and I decided that it just wasn't for me, so that's going out the door. Then I have The Silvered by Tanya Huff. This is a book that I picked up at a book sale. I thought that was a spider. I thought that was a spider. Oh my god. I can't wait to see that reaction on camera. Anyway, this is The Silvered by Tanya Huff. This is a book that I bought at a book sale a few years ago, and I have tried to read a few times. I can just never get past the first few chapters. Never been that interested. So I am going to give up on this. It's a high fantasy of some type. I think it's a standalone high fantasy. Just didn't work for me. Kind of surprising considering there's werewolves and prophecies and stuff, all things I like, but just not for me. Then I have the Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard series, the first book, The Sword of Summer. Again, a book I've had for a long time. I recently DNF'd the Trials of Apollo, thinking I had tried that, and then I was like, oh, I will also try this before I DNF it or give up on it. And I'm just not in the type of age anymore that this humor works for me, so I just decided I'm not even gonna give it a shot. I wish I had tried this a few years ago when YA and middle grade kind of appealed to me a little bit more than it does now, but it is what it is. I also have the first two books in the Witcher series. These are the set of novellas. I watched the first season of The Witcher and kind of lost interest in the second season, and I read this first book, The Sword of Destiny, I think? No, I read The Last Wish and really didn't have a bad time. I was interested in continuing on, and then I pretty much DNF'd this book. Just lost interest halfway through of the novellas. I couldn't keep track of everything. I wasn't super invested in the characters, so for me this wasn't working, and this is one that I definitely think if I come back around to it, I would borrow from my library before purchasing any more of the copies anyway. Next up were 5 books by Alyssa Cole. I think these are all related to the Reluctant Royals series. So I have A Prince on Paper, I have A Duke by Default, I have Can't Escape Love, A Princess in Theory, and Once Ghosted, Twice Shy. And there is nothing wrong with these. I actually really enjoyed these, but I have read them all, and I don't see myself rereading them. Like, I enjoyed them all a lot, I had a fun time, but I just don't see myself rereading them. I don't reread a lot of romance, so they eventually kind of get pushed off my shelves after a bit. So this is just kind of happening to these at this point. I also have Mr. Churchill's Secretary and Princess Elizabeth's Spy by Susan Elia McNeill. These are sort of cozy mysteries set, not really cozy mysteries, they're more like little detective novels set during World War II, focused on a female spy, wannabe spy. She wants to be a spy, but everyone keeps pushing her off being a spy because she is a woman. So she keeps getting into these situations where she's performing spy duties, but not officially. And I really liked the first one, Mr. Churchill's Secretary, but it did not drive me to read more. So I had gotten this book for free, actually, and I never picked it up. So I just decided it's time to kind of give up on this series and move on. I also have My Plain Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. This is the only one that I could probably be convinced to keep trying. I really liked My Lady Jane. That's still on my shelves. I still own that. And this is a Jane Eyre retelling. I'm actually kind of talking myself into keeping this now that I'm on camera. It's a Jane Eyre retelling with, I think, ghosts and paranormal pieces, and also kind of retelling things from the Jane Eyre's perspective, or possibly, I don't remember, but it always appealed to me, but I never ended up picking it up, and I've had it for quite a while. So have you read this? Can you tell me if it's good? Am I going to enjoy this? Is this going to be the fun type of YA that I like really tear through and enjoy, or is this going to be one that disappoints me? And then the last one I have here is Prince Charming by Rachel Hawkins. This is one I think I tried in a try chapter tag at one point, thinking I would like this, but I have never gone back to it, never been interested in it again. And I'm actually more interested in the second book in this like duology series type thing than I am in this one. So I think I'm just gonna unhaul this one and hand it off to someone else who's gonna enjoy it more. It's like a YA romance. It sounds fun, it's just not really something I pick up anymore. But those are all the books that I'm unhauling, either because I DNF'd them, I'm not going to reread them, etc, etc. If you have any thoughts or feelings or want to share anything about these books, please let me know down below. If you have thoughts especially on My Lady Jane or My Plain Jane and you want to convince me to keep it, or say, nah, just get it out of there, let me know. Yeah, but that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!